Hello, and thank you for joining me today. If you are indeed joining me today, today I'm going to talk about. I want to talk more about my uh, once a week 1 minute song ideas because I've been thinking about that a lot, and I view this live stream as a form where I'm able to just talk about the things that I have on my mind as an artist, and hopefully that's reciprocated. So first of all, I want to talk about the 1 minute songs, and I've been thinking about that a lot. The first thing I've been thinking about with the 1 minute songs is the fact that a lot of songs have a delay or a decay time at the end of the song. So even though the song pretty much ends at a certain time signature, at a certain point, it decays on past that because there's like reverb or the instruments carry on a little bit. So I've been thinking about how in the mastering process, I'm actually gonna have to like chop the song off at a very finite point, and how the song's probably gonna have to even be 58 seconds or 57 seconds rather than 1 minute long because there will be a little bit of decay leading up to 1 minute. I mean, if you think about it, 1 minute is such a short amount of time. Like, we already passed 1 minute in this live stream. Most songs are around like 3 minutes long, right? And they're trying to create like an emotion and tell a story. I'm wondering, is this going to be a worthwhile experiment? Is it possible to convey something worthwhile in only 1 minute? But in a society where most of the content nowadays is moving towards like 1 minute or less, and people are just scrolling, and most music is in playlists, uh, it's important to be able to deliver a message or deliver an emotion, something very rapid firely, like right off the bat. Some of the best music is longer music, uh, but it's going to be a worthwhile experiment to see if I'm going to be able to do what I want to do in only 1 minute. I think it's going to require some sacrifice. I think it's going to require cutting down some musicality in different parts. I'm not going to be able to expand upon the instrumentals as much as I would like to. It's definitely going to be narrowed down to the most important parts. And I've been thinking too, how am I in 1 minute going to allow a chorus to open, expand like a chorus should, really open up, and then close for a quick verse? How's that going to happen? So I'm thinking, it may have to be like little minuscule things that occur between the verse and the chorus that allow the chorus to be significantly more open than the verse is. I've been playing around with structures too. If you listen to my music, you might notice that songs from certain albums have certain structures. For commencement ceremony, for example, I follow the pop structure. So it's a verse leading into a chorus, leading into a verse, into a chorus, bridge, chorus, outro kind of thing. And I liked that style, but it's very poppy and it's overused and it wasn't original at all. So for my upcoming albums, what I experimented with was a longer intro and then choruses at the end. So I take all my verses and I put them in the front, and I get all the information out of the way that I want to convey in like 32 bars. And then it moves into choruses after that. So it's like information, and then it's just fun, vibing with the beat. Um, and I don't know whether I like that or not yet. I'm still deciding. But on this 1 minute song structure, there's no debate that its structure is going to have to be something completely different than I've worked with before, because 1 minute is just so little amount of time. And I've been thinking, how am I going to be able to tell stories, tell narratives in only 1 minute? But some of the greatest stories of our history have been short stories. Over time, they got longer and longer, but some of the oldest stories are shorter form. They're not like super long Shakespearean plays. And most storytelling songs nowadays are like 5 minutes. That's average if it's a storytelling song. So I'm wondering, how am I going to be able to convey an entire story in just 1 minute? And that's something I've been really faced with lately, is how am I going to be able to convey a message? Now, for songs that aren't a narrative, like that don't tell a progressive storyline, I'm more assured that I'll be able to say something impactful very quickly, deliver like a quick poem, like a haiku, longer than a haiku, but like a haiku, and then end the song off. I'm very assured about that. I'm positive that, uh, if nothing else, it will be a good song. I'm sure. I'm sure it will be, because it's going to be short, and sweet, to the point. It's not going to feel crunched or rushed. However, narratives, I feel as though it's going to take some time to learn how to play with this short form of musical creation in order to really make narrative shine in this short form. It's going to be like elevator pitch music, which I think is really interesting to be able to play with that form. The more I think about this idea, the more I'm enraptured with it. Like the whole idea of it's going to change everything I've been doing. It's not going to allow my music to stay the same at all. And if I've dug myself in any sort of rut whatsoever, I feel as though this musical experiment's definitely going to allow me to dig myself out of that rut, because it's something entirely different than I have been doing. And if you just join the stream, what I'm talking about is the short form song. So I'm working on developing a song that, in multiple songs actually, that last only 1 minute, right? So my concern is how am I going to be able to deliver an impactful message in only 1 minute? Uh, However, my hopes are is that the creative restraint allows my music to find new avenues and really expand itself while I'm undergoing this experiment. And hopefully, it's something that just becomes signature. That's something that I can keep up with, because as social media is predicting, is that short form content is the way of the future. Um, it has been for a while now, that the average like YouTube video length was about like 10 minutes, and they were saying like, uh, if we can keep like someone's attention for 10 minutes, then that's like a good, that's a good viewing size. And over the course of entertainment as it is, entertainment has been shrinking shorter and shorter. Operas used to last like 4 minutes long. Now, movies used to be 2 minutes long, but nowadays they're only like an hour and a half, sometimes even less than that. Music has been progressive. I mean, obviously, classical music, an average song, and that was considered like a short song. But nowadays, songs 2 minutes 30 seconds, is about the time that you want to listen. And we've become accustomed to that 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We become accustomed to the developing of that 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And over the course of a couple centuries, very intelligent musicians have discovered like formulas that have worked for that song length, right? For that like 2 minutes to 5 minutes kind of thing, which is the intro, uh, first verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Uh, and that's the deal. And depending on the beats per minute is what would determine how long the song is. But when you're taking that song form, and then you're saying, okay, I still want to do the same things that a song is supposed to do. I still want to make people think. I still want to deliver a message, and I still want to impact my audience emotionally. But now I'm going to do that in much less time. Uh, it's definitely anxiety causing, because it's like, where am I going to fit the emotional appeal? Where am I going to fit the message? But I feel as though, and I really do feel as though that it's going to figure itself out. That if I just put in the work, that it's gonna iron itself out. That if I keep creating these short content songs, that I'm going to find a way to make it work, and I'm very confident about that, because that's what I've been doing with music, is just finding a way to make it work. So thank you if you watched the stream all the way to the end. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, that was my live stream for today. Thank you for tuning in and watching. If you haven't checked out Prior to Walking yet, my new album, it's in the description of this video. You have a good day.